Like this though.
I was gonna ask you about that. Like, do you miss radio since you made the transition fully to TV? Or?
I miss radio, the art form. Al, I'm gonna tell you what I miss about it. You know what I miss about it? I miss, oddly enough, I miss the most intimate part of radio, which is me and the microphone and my people. I notice, I don't know where your engineer is, so you do everything yourself in here.
Yeah.
There was a time in my career that, it happens, you become a big shot, and then all of a sudden, they give you an engineer, a producer, and all, you get all these people.
Yeah.
And you think that that's what you want, because that's what Howard has, and that's what Tom has. I grew up looking at the same people as you. That's what Frankie had.
Yeah.
You're really nobody until you crack the mic full time. Then you're really nobody until you have people doing your work for you. And all you have to do is dwell in the hall and then come back and crack the mic. The part of radio that I miss is being left alone with my people. I'll press my own buttons because only I know when the joke needs the sound effect. Only I know the post I want to hit.
Yes.
And like that, yes. That's the part of radio I miss, and I would like to get back to radio. I'm a technophobe, though, so I'll need at least one person at this point to press everything newfangled.
Right.
But I don't want that person to talk. They're like, don't talk to me, don't get in my head, don't distract me. I mean, it's only weird people can do radio, because it's really the theater of, you have to get lost in your own thoughts.
Yes.
And it's very difficult to cheer people up and take their mind off things when you're in a room by yourself.
You gotta have your...
In the middle of a divorce.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And talking to your boyfriend or girlfriend behind arguing.
That brings back some memories. But it's the truth. It's the truth. It's nothing like the intimacy. And you talking on it, you just you're communicating to your people. There's nobody in here. You're just doing your thing. And like you said, you know when the stuff is funny and when you want to get serious, and you set up the story. It's a beautiful thing. It's sometimes you kind of miss gaps, like, oh man, I forgot to do this, and oh, I'll do it next time.
Yes.
And that's what I love about it. I still admire the creativity and that theater of the mind. I love it.
It's gone now. I mean, PPM has taken that out, and also I think that the new climb for radio, with all these kids wanting to be a rapper, a basketball player, a singer, radio, an actor, whatever, it's watered down. I don't see people coming in with the same eye of the tiger. Then again, maybe what I'm not seeing is that they can't spread their wings because of PPM and heavy-handed program directors who don't allow anybody to be creative. It's really become quite a disgusting business. The way I want to come back is I want to do AM, and I want to talk. I don't want to play music. I mean, I don't want to play Nicki Minaj. I don't want to have to feel obligated to know who produced and who. I like it, and I like it, but I don't want the obligation of playing it. And I don't want to play music. Like, I would rather have a talk show on AM.
Then you can just express. You got more time to express yourself about your thoughts and whatever's going on.
Yes.
Yeah.
And like 2 hours, not 4. And I would like to do it in conjunction with, TV. That way, if the program director fires me all of a sudden, I don't have to feel like, oh my God. You know what I'm saying?
So who would you have on that talk show style? I'm not quite sure what style you want to do, but I mean, there's only one style, talk. But you want to do political talk? You want to do music business? Or just lifestyle?
Lifestyle.
Okay.
Absolute lifestyle. I would want something to piggyback off the talk show that the TV talk show.
Okay.
And do a lifestyle show, and I would like to have everybody on from authors who you don't qualify to be on the talk show because maybe your book isn't you're not the late Nora Roberts, but it's an interesting book. Actors, actresses, people, just people. There's a woman in New York who does the exact kind of show that I would want to have, and she's older, and I want her time slot also. Joan Hamburg. I tell her this. I love Joan Hamburg. Joan is like 70 years old. She's a New York institution. She's not syndicated, but she knows something about everything. If you tell her that you have a pair of kids from 1970 and they were your mother's and you want them resold, You don't want to just take them to any guy who's going to mess it up.
Right.
Joan will tell you exactly where they need to go. And it might be Istanbul.
Wow.
You know, her friend Saji does it over there. Because you're not going to find anything in Sacramento, she'll tell you.
Right.
I want to know it all.
So it's wow. That sounds pretty good because you get to still keep that creativity.
Yeah.
But
and then still interview people. I just, you know, I would just like, I'd love to get back into radio. I don't want it to count. I don't want to do it for my life though, like I did, because there's not a whole lot of respect with management and creativity. And I get it. They have to make money too, but you know.
But yeah, dealing with all that.
Or maybe satellite radio. I like terrestrial radio better, I have to say. I do.
Yeah.
You know, all those channels, they make me crazy. Like, now I have too many choices. Really? I always end up going to the same thing. I go to Shade 45, I go to Howard.
Right. You still pick what you like, and you still stick with it.
Yeah.
You know? What would you, who would you have on the show? I'm just out of curiosity. This is fascinating. Who would you have on the radio talk show?
Me.
Well, obviously, guests. If you were interviewing somebody, when somebody came to the studio, you want to talk about their book or whatever?
It would be different people than who I'd have on my radio show. I mean, on my TV show.
Yeah.
I mean, the two would not exist together.
Right.
Although I probably have a box in my office to do the show from there, because that'd be a nice setting, like at the studio, you know, my office.
Yeah.
But I ideally like to go to a radio station to do the show.
Okay.
I mean, who knows who I'd have on it? I mean, you know, it's just a thought that I would like to make happen. What if there's somebody like this, Dr. Steve? You know, come on. I mean, I've been on his show. He's based out of New York. He's a very smart man. You know, Dr. Steve might not, you know, be on my talk show.
Right.
You know, maybe that'd be more like, you know, Dr. Oz would come by and visit. You know, it's a national talk show. But Dr. Steve, you know, come over.
That sounds pretty good. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. That's good stuff.
Yeah.
So what if somebody had an interest of getting into radio in some fashion? Somebody getting into high school, maybe going to college, and still has that. What would you tell them? What be the first piece of advice you would tell them as far as keeping their integrity, or how to deal with the business, or what would you tell them?
If they were in high school, go to college, but do radio as a minor and as a very serious hobby. Major in something more serious than you know, radio, television.
Yeah.
You know, like maybe do communications as a minor.
Right.
Major in business or something that's going to really get you ahead, because there's only been so many jobs out here, and the business has changed a lot.
It has.
I mean, your average Joe ain't getting rich off being on. I mean, you know, there's Elvis Duran at Z100.
Right.
You know, there's a couple of people,
and that's it,
that are making it big on radio. It seems glamorous. It's not. It wasn't even glamorous like when we were coming. I mean, it seems glamorous, but you have to be willing to put in the work, and you also have to have a plan B.
Yeah.
That's honestly what I would tell them. And I'm not a dream killer, but I am a realist. You know. Don't have any kids anytime soon, because that $7 an hour for a 4-hour shift is not going to be able to buy Pampers and diapers.
Exactly. Hold on, real quick here.
Wow, that looks like hard paint. A mess.
Sacramento's Old School V101.1, getting you ready for the Funk Fest with Morris Day and the Time, Curtis Blow, SOS Band, Midnight Star, September 7th. Details on the website, V1011fm.com. Wendy Williams is in the house. We're going to talk with her in just a little bit. Here's the Manhattans.